What's up, guys? Good morning, everybody. Man, it took forever to connect. I hit the start streaming button over there in the OBS, and then it was like, didn't connect to YouTube. And I was like, oh man, what is going on? What do I got to open up here to fix this? Technical issues. Technical issues. Always trying to make sure this stuff goes swimmingly and smoothly. The technical end. I don't have a production staff. I know you guys out there probably think that I've got a whole bunch of guys, in a studio here. No, it's just me. Just me in a home office. No, I'm just kidding. I know you guys don't think that. The production quality on this is not that great. Morning, everybody. Hey, STR. What's up, Kyle? Hey, Paul. Hey, Major Dave. Hey, Matt. What's up, Day Trading Blog? What's up, SW Blaze? Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being early. What's up, Kyle? Oh man, Kyle, you just started the Top Step. Well, I think Top Step is one of the harder ones to do. So you can see that two ways. One, it's a challenge. It'd probably be good to obey by the rules. Managing risk, you probably, with a Top Step account, you probably want to trade it like you're going to trade a real account, and take small size. Make sure you take your stops. My biggest advice to you would be, when you enter a trade, know exactly where you would have to get stopped out of that trade and be okay with the risk that you are putting on. That if the trade went south on you, that you're still going to be okay, and that you're comfortable with the risk. Don't move your stop. Again, I've said this before, do as I say, not as I do. I move my stops quite a bit, and it always turns out bad. Once in a while, it'll turn out okay, and that gives you a false sense that that's an okay thing to do. It's really not. You really want to take your stops early, soon, or at a set spot. I think if the trade, and you know when you get in a trade and you get that feeling like, oh no, this isn't doing what I thought it was going to do. And then the back of your mind is like, well, let's just see what happens with it. As soon as you hear that, let's see what happens with it, boys, you should close the trade, because it's got an 80% chance of going against you, and you know it, but you can't take the loss. You got to be good at taking the losses, and yeah, I would be a good loser. That would be my advice. And I know that sounds counterproductive, maybe, like you're like, how do I win? Well, I think the best loser wins in these situations. Set your stop. Set your stop, don't move it. And like here, if I was long in this 500 volume, I would need to close it now. Even though my stop would be down here, it's clearly not going up anymore. And if it does, it does. These 5 minutes look like it wants to push up, but when I see this consolidation down here in the 500 and the 1 minute, it looks like it wants to come down. What's up, Andre? Good morning, sir. From Berlin, I believe. Yeah, man, you got to hear those voices in your head. Listen to the voices in your head. Man, what do we got going on today? All right, I posted in the Discord. If you guys haven't checked out the Discord, definitely recommend going over to the Discord. How do I get the link for the Discord? Man, I am technologically illiterate with Discord. I'm just an old man. Here's the Discord. So I posted this stuff up in the Discord. It's completely free. Discord's completely free. Definitely check it out. Oh God, look at this breakout we got on Nasdaq. Let's blow up the daily. See what we got going on here. The voices in your head can be destructive. All right. Let's see what we got going on. What's going on? I'm gonna say it again, guys. I say it every morning. Big bearish down channel that we're in. Boom, boom, boom. Moving through it. Look what happened. Look what happened, boys. Look what happened, guys. Look at this. Oh my gosh, we're out of it. We broke out of it. Over here. We broke out of it. We only, what I'm going to say on this is we've got one, two, a half touch, another half touch. I don't know if this is two touches or one touch. I don't know. Um, it's not the strongest down channel. The only thing that, this bottom one here is very strong. It's got multiple touches on it. And we've poked through it a couple times. And we poked through it here, poked through it here. I am cautiously very optimistic that this is a legitimate move to the upside. It's looking strong at the moment. Kyle, thank you, sir. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Just, however much it is, it's just showing some appreciation. The live stream is completely free, but if you want to contribute, that's great. You can also like the live stream. If you just hit that like button, that's completely free. And it's also a way to show me that some people are interested in this. Anyways, thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it, man. So we're popping out of it over here. This is on, what is this on? CPI. CPI yesterday. CPI was big yesterday. Inflation was coming down. Well, it's still super high. It's like 8.3%, I think it was yesterday. I can't quite remember. But then we had PPI. So consumer price index, and then we had PPI this morning, producer price index. Producer price index came in at consensus. And lower than previous. So here is producer price index came at 7.6%. It's still very high, right? It's still very high, but I mean, let's face it. It's looks like it's coming down a little bit. CPI came in at 8.5%, not 8.3. CPI came in at 8.5% yesterday, down from 9.1, lower than consensus. There's some optimism that inflation may be getting under control. This is good for equities, particularly the Nasdaq, which has a very inverse correlation to inflation and also to the 10-year yield. So that's kind of what we're dealing with today. We're looking at a breakout on fundamentals. This is one of the best breakouts I think you can get. You can have different types of breakouts. Again, guys, all this stuff is just my opinion. You should, this is my opinion. It's for some educational value. Trading futures is super risky. I lose money all the time. You can look back at the last 2 days. I've had 2 red days in a row. Not doing so hot. Not, even though I'm bullish on the thing and I feel like I got the direction right. And futures, because of the leverage, the drawdown can be tremendous and they're very risky. If I bought Apple up here, I could let Apple ride down here and probably still be okay at some point, right? I could hold this thing for a year or two and be okay on it. Now, this is not long-term investing. This is very risky trading. But futures contract dropped here, that would be thousands of dollars. So you want to be very careful when you're trading this. Back to what I was saying, this is one of the best types of breakouts, in my opinion, is when we have a technical breakout. So we can have different types of breakouts. You can have a technical breakout. You can also have fundamental catalysts. Sorry, I shouldn't say breakout. You can have different types of catalysts. You can have technical catalysts and you can have fundamental catalysts. And for me, this is a technical and a fundamental catalyst where we've got CPI, we've got inflation, which has been the hot topic for so long, getting under control. And then we've also had this technical catalyst where we're breaking out of this down channel. So for me, this is a really nice trade setup, depending on what you want to trade. I also trade equities and ETFs and things. Again, like I was just talking about Apple, those are a little bit easier to trade long term. You need more capital, to make any significant amount of money off of that. Futures trading is a lot more risky because of the leverage that is involved. Leverage can multiply your gains. It also multiplies your losses. So even though I'm bullish on it, you want to be able to find those high quality setups. Put your stops in nice and tight. Take your stops. Don't worry about the red. Just make the red as small as possible. And just try to get those setups. For me, coming in here, 220 SMA on the 5-minute. Looks very nice. We have this downtrend line going on here on the 1-minute. This trend line breaks. I might want to take it back up, but it's pre-market. I don't trade pre-market. If you're new to the channel, one of the one of the basically my strategy. People ask what my strategy is. I don't really have a strategy. There's no strategy. I'm not going to throw the MACD up here and tell you that the MACD crosses here and then this comes into here, then you go, no, that stuff doesn't work. The way that I do is I just stalk the market. I watch the market, and I've talked about this before. It's like you're a burglar or a robber and you want to rob a house. You watch the house for a while, you figure out the patterns of the people living there, and you try to find opportunities to exploit. For us, we do the same thing. We try to find patterns. Well, I try to find patterns in the market. Just only the Nasdaq. It's the only thing I really watch is the Nasdaq. I try to find repeatable patterns that I can take advantage of. And I do use some indicators. One of them I use is the 20 period Bollinger Band. I have found that the Nasdaq just really respects this, and so I use it. It's another thing, it's just a pattern that I found that has been good for me while I was trading, and it suits my trading style. So 20 period Bollinger Bands, you'll see them up on every chart. They're the gold bands there. I could probably change my color on those. Those look a little like early 1980s. But anyways, the middle here, the middle line in these bands, you can see the bands. We have a middle band, an upper band, and a lower band. These are 20 period with a 2 standard deviation. That means, I can't do that. That means that this is a 20 SMA in the middle, and then we have 2 standard deviations away from that. And these are just giving me guides. I really like using these as like support and resistance levels, but I also like using them when they come together to form like an area of confluence. Like right here, we can see on the 1 minute, we've got this down channel that we formed, 20 SMA there on the 1 minute. I mean, some of this is just also obvious. Like I could also just draw this trend line here and look what happens. It's basically right at that 20 SMA, right? The 20 SMA, these are just more like visuals on your chart that are automatically put up there. But if you drew trend lines, you'd probably find that these were very similar. Well, at least the 20 SMA, the 2 standard deviations, maybe not so much. But I like it when something like this happens, when we got VWAP in the bottom of the band on the 5 minute coming together. That area of confluence for me is interesting. So I just realized I'm in overnight volume. Anyway, that's just a kind of a quick explanation. Again, and maybe I didn't say this before, I do basic technical analysis, support and resistance levels, trend lines, and we trade around those levels using sometimes cumulative delta or a volume profile. But the basics of this is just technical analysis. Knowing what's fundamentally going on in the market, which is what we get from higher time frames like the daily chart or the 4-hour chart. So these are going to give us a bird's eye view of what's going on, and we're clearly in a bullish move here. So I have bullish bias. We broke into the upside. I'm not really seeing anything quite here on the 4-hour. The band here on the 4 hours opened up to 13,560. That might be kind of interesting as a take profit level. I'm mostly a scalper, so what I might do is if it popped up, through here, 13,550 might be a take profit for me. That might be where I say that it's probably going to hit some resistance and pop back down. And that might be where I want to get out. So, if we found an entry somewhere down here, this actually looks like a nice entry here as we break out of this trend line, but I don't like trading pre-market because when the market opens, this thing's going to pop around all over the place and it's going to be brutal. Or it may just rip straight up. So, but I'm cautious of doing anything pre-market. But again, you can see how we broke out of this down channel. Then we've got delta, cumulative delta, which is essentially time and sales data coming through with some nice green bar movement, some buying movement there. And these are basically buyers who are willing to pay seller prices to get in on the price, which shows aggressive buying. So we use this in correspondence with some technical levels, and you can see how price aggressively moved through that trend line. Now on this, if you wanted to go long, your stop's got to be at 86, I would say. If it drops back below that 20 SMA, you probably want to get out. So it's like a 4-point stop. And you just got to take it. It may pop through that and then come back down and retest the back end of this trend line. And if it did, and you maybe got a wick off that trend line, you could get back in on it. But you don't want to be sitting here guessing, is 83 going to be where it stops? Is it going to be 78? And then before you know it, you're down here at 75. And you've got what was a 4-point stop is now a 15-point stop. So you just kind of want to, what I've learned is just to get out of it. And you may take some right. Yesterday I think I lost like $400, which stinks, but it's not the end of the world. And $400 could have easily become um, something far worse. I mean, I think I lost like 1,800 on Tuesday. So futures trading is really risky. Even when you know where the market's going, you still can get burned on it. This thing could drop, come down to VWAP. So you got to take your stops. Let it come back down to that next support level. Try to get back in on it. Futures trading daily. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, Nico was on here yesterday streaming. I think he's going to come back next week. We're going to have him back on again. Shortly, I thought his insights were really good. I think everybody enjoyed it. He's really good at explaining stuff. So if you haven't checked out his channel, definitely check it out as well. So yeah, we got 1 minute for the market to open. It's been a rough couple days for me, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna have Nico back on today, but I really got to concentrate on the trading. Feel like I feel like I don't have I feel like I don't have a near-term handle on it. I had a couple good days. I had a few good days last week. And that's when I really felt like I was in the flow of it. You know what I mean? Like I could see the setups coming. It was like, you know, just it was just smooth. And this week, I feel like I've been not trading that great, and I've been feeling really anxious. Like I need to jump in on something. So, um, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now mentally, which is not a particularly great spot to be in. Yeah, Andre, I agree. It was a lot going on. And Nico's a great trader. You should definitely check him out. He makes really very rational decisions, and um, I think he has very good insight. And I certainly appreciate it. But sometimes people see different setups, and it's the voice in my head is loud enough. My existing voice that I have screaming at me in my own head. Not that Nico screams at me, but um, you're a terrible trader, Mr. Bear. Who else has that voice? Mine isn't quite that negative, but it's more of like, uh, go ahead, take it. Go ahead, take the trade. See what happens. That's my voice. He's not very helpful. But what has been happening that I've found is that I've been getting absolutely murdered on open. Um, and so typically what's been going on is I get down. I think I was actually green on the open yesterday, a couple $100, and then I got into either at least one bad trade, if not two. I can't remember particularly. Um, but if I look back at what I was doing well, the previous week I was waiting a long time, really waiting for that setup to come, and it was usually coming on a 5-minute chart. I don't know if market conditions are the same as they were yesterday. I'm sorry, as the same as they were last week. These are just kind of those conditions where it's, for me anyway, it's like I know where it's going and I'm so dead set on going long on it. I'm just getting chopped to bits because I'm getting in either too high or I'm getting in on a long on what's clearly a pullback into support. So I'm just not reading it particularly well, and I'm trying to read it a little bit better. If I look over here in the 5 minute, I can see this band kind of closing in right there. So that shows me that, this momentum to the upside is fading a little bit. I'm also looking at cumulative delta over here dropping lower. I know people have mixed feelings on cumulative delta. I still like it. I still rely on it, particularly around support and resistance levels. I'm seeing a potential short setup coming in if we break the support level, but that's also the bottom of the band of the 1 minute. That could provide some support. We're hitting that trend line. You see how we're just touching that trend line there in the 1 minute? So yeah, I'm just kind of being patient this morning, and I apologize if it moves too slow, or if I'm moving too slow for you guys, but um, I really need to wait for a good setup. Got this red dot. Is there a red dot like in the middle of like right next to Bear's left ear? Seeing that over on OBS. I don't know what that is. I think it's got maybe VWAP in its sights, but I don't know. Nice LVN that formed here. 75. You can see this little ledge that formed, this little low volume node that formed. One of my setups, strategies, I don't know what you want to call it, is when price really, when we do a breakout on price, now we're coming down to VWAP. When we do a breakout on price, and it forms these ledges like this, or these low volume nodes. Some people I think call them ledges or edges, or I don't know. I don't know what all these professionals call them. Sometimes these can act as really nice resistance levels. So when price moves really rapidly through a support level like we had drawn out here, and then you get a little bit of a pullback, sometimes you can short it back at that pullback at that ledge of the LVN, the anticipation of it dropping, particularly like here, how price is moving up, but delta now is moving lower. So you get this bearish candle in the 500 volume, but it's the open. It's gonna do. We're also hitting VWAP in the bottom of the band, so and there it goes. So, but I kind of like doing that, particularly like when it's a clear trending day. Like we're trending up. We're breaking everything. We're trending up. We get this pullback. I'll be looking for those low volume nodes as support areas, and I'll be looking for them to correlate with some other technical level. Nice design knob. Good for you, man. Excellent short, sir. I'm just sitting on my hands today, guys. I've taken 2 red days in a row on the open, essentially on the open. I mean, I was basically done trading yesterday, I think at like 8:43. No, or maybe it was the day before. Both days I've just been out, and then I see these setups forming later in the day, and I won't allow myself to take them. It's just I can't. I know how this works. You start trying to revenge trade, you start trying to make it back, you take another loss, particularly being down the whole like in the afternoon is the worst because there's nothing you can do about it at that point. Watch this thing, guys. Watching. I'm actually trying to get you guys some music going here. She don't want to play. What's going on? Okay. Man, I'm having all sorts of, oh. Uh-oh. She go black. Fixed it. Now it's pushing up. Let's see if this works. It worked. Can you guys hear that? Yeah, yes or no on the stream beats. Nice and chill, low. Keep stream beats a bit louder. All right. Finding support here. We're pushing up now. I mean, this is like. I want to see how that 1 minute closes. $20 seconds on the 1 minute, hitting the back end of that trend line. That 1 minute, how's she gonna close? $20 SMA there at 82. How's that 1 minute gonna close? Oh, excuse me. Ooh, bearish. Yeah, I'm not going long on it. Sounds good. Nice, guys. Nice. Yeah, look at us getting professional. I'm gonna try to get on a pullback if it wants to give me one. Good job. Job design now. I think that's gonna be it for that. I was thinking about taking that little pop 90. I probably got 98. I probably still would have been in it. But should we keep the music? You know, yesterday I think we came to VWAP and bounced right off of it too. You need 2 sets of ears? I don't know why. Is it too loud? I don't understand, Jojo. hope my voice is coming in over it. I've got can't hear anything. No music or nothing? You can hear me, but you can't hear music? Did the music stop, guys? I see the thing going. Oh, the music may have stopped. Hold on. Having some technical difficulties here, guys. Alright. I think the music is now started. Good volume, guys. Good volume. Not adjust any volumes here on the music. Might help fill the void. Still up a little bit too high for me to want to go long on it. How this thing's wicking through on the 5 minute. Does not look good. Yeah. Turn it up a little bit, guys. Let me know if turn it up to 50%. All right, I'll turn it up here. I just don't want it too loud, and it's like if you don't like it or it annoys you, that you know. I'll try this level. Oil cell. Ashraf, what are you trading, man? Little CL. Anywho, I really got, so I think I've told the story about how I got into trading, but one of the things, look at this 5 minute. Holy smokes. She down. All futures CL. I don't want to say encouraged. I got more confident in trading futures because I knew some guys that traded crude oil, light crude oil, CL, back in like the mid 2000s, and they made a ton of money. A ton of money. That was during the and these guys were idiots. Not idiot. One of them was smart. The other one was an idiot. I was like, these guys can do it. A little bit trickier than I thought, though. They worked for a proper prop firm in Chicago. One of them now trades euro dollar futures. I don't know how the hell he does that. He was the idiot. Kind of waiting for this to become obvious. Right now it looks like we're ranging. This is what it did, you know, yesterday on the open as well. If I can pull up yesterday, we ranged for a long time on the open yesterday. Over here, kind of, which is basically, what did it do yesterday? So we had this big pullback down to VWAP. What happened today? Big pullback down to VWAP. Same thing. I mean, it's the same thing that happened yesterday. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about finding, you know, repeatable patterns. You know, if I would have looked at yesterday, you know, VWAP was support yesterday. Well, VWAP might be support again today, and it was. So this was another pretty good trade. See this trend line that formed, that looked like it got done forming around a little bit after 9. Broke, moved up to the top of the band, bearish candle. You would have wanted to exit it on that. So, you know, that looks like it was about, you know, a 24, probably you would have got out at 50, so about a 25-point move on that one. Something similar might happen today. Now it's pushing up some more. I think that we're going to get a lot of moves to the upside, and it might, you know, make new highs and then roll back down. So One thing we might want to wait for is another roll back down. I think we probably missed this one here. This one looks like it's might move up a little bit more or fail. Oh, look at Delta. Look at Cumulative Delta there. I'm gonna end the poll on the music, guys. Looks like music won. Long at 491. A little too high for me here, guys. I see the bands, how they're horizontal like that here, and we're at the value area high. It does look bullish. It just looks a little too high for me. You guys might be seeing it different. I don't know if it's gonna pop through this and trend up. I'd probably be looking to get back down low, back in somewhere on these lower prices that we found. We could look at an overnight volume profile just for fun. And you can see we're kind of up here at these highs. Just, looks like the lows are down here. It's kind of where I want to get in on it. But it may not come back down there. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm waiting 2 VVS. But I almost got in on this one right here, but I just chickened out. I didn't chicken out. I just kind of telling myself I'm gonna wait a little bit here to really find. I want something to become really obvious, and I'm just not seeing that. I need to really exercise some patience today, and not feel like I have to make anything back. You guys hear my kids playing one of my sons playing the piano. He's playing, what's he playing? Imagine Dragons. My kids love Imagine Dragons. Alright guys, I'm gonna grab some coffee. I'll be right back. I'm gonna see what this thing wants to do up here. All right, guys, I'm back. Bearish candles up here on the 1 minute. I'm not saying it's coming. I'm not going to short it because my bias is bullish. I'm not going to short it, but I'm not going to buy it at these prices. I mean, you got to think of it like you're at the market, right? Like if I go to the market and I'm walking around the stalls and I want to buy an apple, and some stalls, let's say these are the prices for today at the market, and you know, they're apples. Some apples are going for $5 up here. Other apples are going for $1 down here, and they're all the same dang apple. I'm not gonna buy it at $5. I want to wait for it to come down to it. I want to go walk around and find the stall that's got it for $1. I mean, that's just kind of basic stuff. Now, sometimes we do break out. Now, sometimes what if all this apples start selling out and they all start going for $5 and $5.50, and there's apples are running out, and then all of a sudden there's no more dollar apples out there. Then then maybe $5.50 looks good, right? But right here, when I'm looking at the market today, the fruit vegetable market, some of these prices down here look a little better for me. All right, I'm ending my poll, guys. It seems like most of us either don't care or like the music, so we'll keep the music. If you guys would like the volume adjusted, just pop it in there. I cannot hear it. So I don't know if the volume's okay or not, but I can see the levels of my microphone. When I talk, it's louder than the music, so I think that is probably where it wants to be, where it should be. I don't know. It's too choppy for me. Network value area low, looking a little interesting. I'm still looking at these prices down here. It's more interesting. Bearish candle in the 5 minute. It is bouncing off value area low. That could have been a scalp. Look how Delta's dropping though. As price is trying to go up, Delta's dropping a little bit. Still just sitting on my hands, guys. I need something that's obvious. That's what this old bear needs. He needs a salmon to just jump out of the stream right into his mouth. I did an angry avatar today on the live streams. I haven't, or for the thumbnail of the live stream. Cause angry at the market. Does look pretty busy in here, doesn't it? You're trying to call out levels in this mess. You're throwing darts. Just draw some lines. Ooh, I just felt that voice in my head saying, take that long. Go ahead, take it. You've been watching it too long. Go ahead. Do it. You drew that line. It's touching it. Come on. It's not obvious to me yet. This could be a level of support. But what I'm seeing on the 5-minute is, you know, bearish candle. Still, I think has some room down to like 65 if it wanted to go. But you may be able to get a scalp out of that. It's very difficult. Like you just look at, you know, the wedge we just drew here, which I don't know if this one's good or not, is right within the value area. So it's like if we have a wedge breakout, then, you know, you're still hitting value area low up here. If you have a wedge breakout to the downside, it's value area, or sorry, value area high up here, value area low down there. Yeah, Nico, I saw the trend line there. I think I just explained why I didn't take it. See you, Kyle. Thanks for joining us. You talking to me, Kyle, about poking me with a stick, man, for me to do something? Nice. Welcome, 19, Kai, Crag, Jace. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Up channel forming. Ah. Up 1% on the day. Still has room to move up. Five-minute looks very bullish. Through that up channel. Holy schmicks. She What did we say on the 4 hour? 600 now. Here's some structure. $200 EMA on the daily. I don't have the EMA on here. I have the SMA way up here. I think you know, my target's gonna be the top of the band here on the 4 hour. It's all the way up at 13,600. The 5 minutes looking pretty gnarly though. Five minutes looking Bearish, bullish, bearish, bearish. I don't like those 2 1 minutes. Yay. Waiting for some sort of pullback here. I don't like these 1 minutes. It might go without me, but that's gonna be life. Yeah, my equities are down. Anybody know if there's a way on Thinkorswim, if you can go in and see what your actual ROI is on what you invested? So not like, I know you can see your P&L, see your profits for the year, but is there a way to go in there and, like, let's say I've got $10 in an account, but I only actually spent I only invested 2 of those dollars in stocks or whatever. What is there a way for you to be able to go in there and just quickly see how much you actually invested? The ROI on what you actually invested, not on your total, account size. I don't know. Anybody know? Anybody a Thinkorswimmer out there? Anybody here ever trade futures on Thinkorswim? Micros? Their margin is weird. You gotta have it. They're not a futures broker, so you've gotta have like this, you've gotta have actual like maintenance margin on the contracts. I think I got filled on that. That's what you get for going on market, baby. Design out. All right, commission's absurd on it? I don't know. I don't actually even know what commission's on TD Ameritrade for futures. So I don't think they're that much. I could be wrong. I'm using this little low volume node here, this little notch, trying to get filled on it at 53. I think I'm gonna try to ride this thing up to 600. I'm only taking one contract on this. Using this little low volume node as an entry. I think we are gonna go up and test, you know, highs. May take it a little bit, but 24 is another good area to get in on it. I'm gonna move my stop up. If this thing comes down a little bit, I'm just gonna get out and try to get at a better price. Do they? Micro? Ah, that's weird. I traded a mini on it one time, and the margin they required on it was so astronomical that I was never going to trade it again. Trade there again. Trying to get 100 folks over there in Discord. If any of you guys are interested in a fantastic trading community, I would definitely recommend checking out our Discord. Posting some trade setups, general technical analysis stuff. You know, tighten up my stop there on this one. I'm actually gonna tighten it up even more. I'll take a 5-point loss if this thing pops down, but see, I'm using these low volume nodes as support. So if it gets through that LVN, then I think we may roll down to 46, and I don't want to be around for that. Scalp it on the way up here. I'm just doing one contract, guys. I'm going to be completely honest. Today's got to be a green day, and I got to have some base hits today. So I'm not shooting from the hip today. I do think this thing's going to move up to 13,600. None of these entries up here for me are like fantastic entries. What I would personally be looking for is a pullback on a 1 minute with the trend line. This looks like it's going to go here though. But look at that 1 minute. Super bullish. If I can see this band here closing in, I don't know. Check out our Discord, guys. Posting stuff over there. Guys are chatting it up. completely free. All sorts of topics going on. So we've got what? 383. I shouldn't even look at your P&L. You shouldn't even look at the P&L. Shouldn't even look at your P&L. Don't even look at it. I don't have it up on my screen. Like, you guys can see my P&L, but I can't see it. Although I know what it is. Of course I'm looking at it. It's a little overextended for me. I think it is going to go up to 13,600 though. Like, why don't you just get in on it if you know where it's going? I don't really want to do a big drawdown. I'm trying to keep my drawdowns very limited. So I'd be stopped out if I went long on that right there. And that would really throw some cold water on my trading day here. Look at the daily. Which resistance are we looking at over here? Coming up to it, that's for sure. One minute's looking bearish. Coming at that 20 SMA on the 1 minute. See what it wants to do down here. Still has room to come up for today, though. I think we're only at 1.25%, and we want to keep in mind an ATR of this thing. See what it wants to do down here at the 20 SMA on the 1 minute. Getting through it. Getting through the 20 SMA. Typically, you want to see some. It would want to do a continuation down to the other band there, but no. Yeah, I think it is SW Blaze. I remember because I remember I took. Yeah, I think it's right. I took one contract, and I won't go into details of it, but eventually I couldn't take any more contracts. I think that was just because I saw like the setup happening, and I didn't have NinjaTrader open. I upgraded the RAM in my computer, so now I can have Thinkorswim and NinjaTrader up, plus all the other stuff I need for the live stream. But before, I couldn't have everything open; it would just crash. NinjaTrader would freeze up. It was a nightmare. So I think I was trading some equities, and I saw this thing moving, so I just jumped. Oh, I saw it. I've got it open on another chart in Thinkorswim, so I'll have the NQ open up just so I'm watching the price movement because there's so much correlation between that and like the stocks that I trade. And it was just like an obvious setup on it. That's kind of what you're looking for, right? This is bearish to me, very bearish. Time is at 9:24. Interactive brokers. Yeah, I used interactive brokers when I first started trading way back in the day. And man, I wish I could go back and just slap myself because I really did not know what I was doing. And I definitely paid a lot of market tuition for it. But I can remember like the first like portfolio I kind of built, and when I had interactive brokers. And I sometimes occasionally I sold a lot of it. I was like too short term trading with it, and I actually um, actually sorry, I got a text message there. I look back every once in a while on those stocks that I sold either for a loss or for a very small profit, and I mean they're all up now, you know, tremendously. I always remind myself of that whenever I'm getting, like when I buy a stock and it goes down for 2 or 3 days. I always remind myself of that. To, you know, hold on to it. Stock's gonna go up. You got it at a good price. You didn't buy the top of it. Be patient with it. Equities are a different game than this. This is grown-up video game. Equities, in a sense, are a lot easier to be sustainable and long-term profitable farm. But the problem is you need a lot of money to get into it, right? So futures can kind of be a bridge to that. If you can wait and really be patient and find some good setups and go high risk on futures, and then put that into equities for longer term growth, I think that's, you know, kind of the way to do it. That's just what I do. I wouldn't be trading my IRA on futures contracts. They're just way too risky. See, these 1 minutes are all just like raining down red candles. I wonder if do you like interactive brokers? 19K? 19K? I wonder if I remember when I first started trading, they were like the go-to. I mean, this was back before commission-free trading and everything. So they had by far the cheapest commissions, and they were considered like, you know, the retail traders professional, you know, option. And their charting software, I remember it was okay. It was kind of clunky. Thinkorswim, I think, is better. But TD Ameritrade at that time had commissions, so you were paying, you know, $12 each way or something like that. Or $8, I can't remember. I know they've all gone commission free. I think one of the things is like when you first start trading, it's kind of like you're shopping around a little bit, right? You're shopping around for a broker, you're shopping around for a charting platform, shopping around for strategies, and you're trying different things. It's just trickling down here, isn't it? Eventually, you find what works for you. Trying different indicators, different this, different that. I'm telling you, it's just technical analysis. Technical analysis on multiple. Oh well, for me, technical analysis on multiple time frames works. So I've got this volume profile up here. Show you occasionally. I mean, you can see here we're coming into a low volume node. See that? 13,525. You know, if we move back down into here, I think it open up VWAP. You can get through this LVN. You know, I wouldn't short it till we got down here into this higher volume node, and then you probably have this pocket you could pick up on a short. But I've got this, you know, trend line here drawn out. I don't think it's going to do this. It's not going to do a V bottom off of this, I don't think. What'll probably happen is we're going to come in here and do like an ABCD, where you have the first leg, pull back, and we'll get a second leg move down. That's just kind of how these things want to go. So, you know, I think if you wanted to try to buy it off this LVN, which corresponds with the bottom of the band in the 1 minute, you could maybe take it back up to the 20 SMA, which would be you know, the target. But these 5 minutes look very bearish, right? We can try to find a trend line on it, but I think it's probably, let's see. I think 20 SMA or even at 38 is gonna hit. It's gonna run into some traffic. You can see it bouncing off that LVN plus this trend line, which we drew out back at 8:58, so 30 minutes ago. Still kind of in play here. That would have been a good entry, huh? We had this drawn out, just didn't take it. To the moon. When? I don't know, man. Being patient. It's a bullish candle there in the 1 minute, but I think, like I said, I think it's gonna do one of these ABCD, two-legged, whatever you want to call it. It's just kind of a standard rotation for it. It could do a V bottom off this LVN. I'm not saying it won't. Chances are greater that we're going to get another leg down on it. Even down to the 20 SMA on the 5 minute, but we've got this trend line here. 15, 10, 6. Yeah, so I don't know. I'd be looking for one more leg down, then trading the break of the structure, break of the bearish structure back to the upside. That's what I would be looking for, but you guys might be seeing something else. This LVN looks solid, right? This low volume node looks solid holding, but I don't think this is gonna want to end like this. You know, that just doesn't look right. Don't look pretty. I think it's gonna want to make another leg down. You can see Delta down there dropping. Delta's only at 40, 36, 38. Jesus, jeez. I told myself I'm gonna watch my language on the live stream. We have some children are watching. Up to 44 maybe. Now I got structure you could trade to the downside if you want to trade the break of that. See the 500 volume. I mean, you could just trade. You know what you could do? I thought about doing this before. It's just taking all this stuff off the charts and just trading price action. And I think you'd be as successful as if you didn't have any of this stuff on there, or you know, whatever. You got to have good risk management. So this looks like it's going down. You can see the Delta there dropping. You got to have good risk management. Take your stops early. It's just sometimes I feel like I'm driving blind if I don't have Bollingers and I don't have the volume profile. But you can even see over here, this LVN. I mean, right now, if I didn't have Bollingers in the volume profile, I'd be like, what's it hidden? What's it hidden? Is this legit? Is it valid? So it's just kind of nice to have those reference points for sure. But could you also just draw that out, do technical analysis? I think so. I mean, look, we did this 1 minute channel, just doing the technicals. We're kind of coming down. You know, again, I think it's gonna want to make a push down here, bottom of the band. this channel. And it likes to do these two-legged things, whether you agree with that or not. But there's so Muffin says there's a nice trend line in the 1 hour that is being respected currently. So this is my 1 hour chart. If you ever want to see what charts I'm using, you can look up here. There's these boxes and all the charts, or down here at these tabs. They should all be labeled. So if we look at the 1 hour, which is kind of like a medium-term time frame chart, this is also a weekly volume profile. If you want to know what volume profiles are in each chart, I've labeled them up in the upper left-hand corner. So this is a weekly volume profile. So this has been calculating since Sunday night when the futures market opened. And Muffin's is saying we've got a trend line on the 1 hour. So are we talking about this, Muffins? Like that? That? It's kind of coming in there. I can connecting the three highs to the left. Okay. That's what I hit. So we're gonna take this point. I don't quite see how I'm drawing that. I mean, if I were to try to draw a trend line on this one, I mean, I would probably draw it from like this after CP. It was a CPI. After CPI yesterday. Probably like that. We're pinning through the top of that channel. Well, lots of times what'll happen is if it makes one of these channels and we get through the resistance level, it'll use the back end of it as support. So what was resistance will then become support. So we break through, come back, test it, and then move up. So I don't know if that's happening now. We're kind of down through it, depending on how you draw it. We're just messing with the hourly here, guys. Maybe. Yeah, from August 8th. Yeah, it's hard for me to draw that one over here. I think CPI was a game changer for it, so I'm probably gonna use this one's right here. Again, we got this big low volume node. You can see it also on the weekly that we're kind of bouncing off of here. $20 SMA, it's getting pinned down by the 20 SMA on the 1 minute. Delta's dropping. Yeah, I mean, I think it wants to make another push down, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Time is at 9:36. I appreciate you guys all watching. Ooh, taking a big bear stretch. If you guys wouldn't mind, if I could ask you a favor, would you mind liking this live stream? It really helps. I try to get 50 likes. Whenever I do the live stream, helps me out a lot, just encourages me to keep doing it. I don't make anything from these live streams, completely free. It might help YouTube. It might encourage YouTube to put this out in front of other people who are like-minded traders so they could join us. I think the more we have in here, the more, you don't want it too crowded. I mean, you don't want like thousands of people in here, but, looking bullish here. Broke the 20 SMA. Thanks, man. Thanks, Muffins. Appreciate the feedback. We got a lot of selling coming in here. Selling. Weaker buying. You'd expect it again to make another move down, but maybe she don't. Trading's hard. I knew it looks bullish on the 500 volume. It looks like it's gonna pop. Also on the, I don't know what this is. This is very odd on the 5 minute. These candles, but we're hitting that LVN, baby. LVN. Looks like we're gonna come up and hit 60. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, man, I can. We can turn it off for the rest of this one. Huh, what happened here? Oh, shoot. Yeah, the music I think can get probably. Moving down now, I think it's going to get that ABCD continuation, but we are hitting this low volume node over here. Let's see what it wants to do here. Nico says it's hitting the VWAP dev at 13,531. I don't have that up on my chart, so I'm sure we could throw up a bunch of MAs on here and be hitting something, but this low volume node to me is significant, but we got this bearish candle on the 5-minute. We're down now through this trend line. Still hitting this low volume node. Delta's moving lower. What's she want to do? Yeah, you can always, if you throw a bunch of stuff up on your chart, I mean, that's one of the reasons I talked about trying to get rid of some of this stuff. You can always find a reason why not to get into a trade, why something, whatever. I think if you just did, you know, I like volume profile because it's order flow. It's actually orders coming through. I feel like that's better than like moving averages. VWAP on here, I know Nico's VWAP is different from mine, but I find that the VWAP is just always a solid level. I mean, you can see how we pushed off of this exactly on the touch this morning. And then yesterday as well, we pushed off of it. I can't find yesterday's, oh, way over here. Right over here, yesterday's morning hit off VWAP. Now we're making that two-legged move. You can see it here, boom, boom, boom. See if we find some sort of support down there. Gotta go naked on your charts, man. Naked. But I think I would take me a little bit of time to go completely naked on this thing. I like volume profile, I like Delta. I don't use all this stuff all the time. Looks like a lot of stuff going on, but I'm really just kind of picking it out. Here's that trade we talked about before that we thought we moved back into this higher volume node, these more accepted prices. And we start to see this thing pushing down maybe. You see how this 5-minute wants to close in 2 minutes. We close below the 20 SMA. I think we might get that pushed down, maybe to VWAP. See what happens. I think the candles looked odd, Nico, because it wanted to continue. I don't think this was a support level. This looks normal, where you get the push, the first leg, pull back, second leg. That looks like it should look. The two-legged pullback. Now we're hitting VWAP again. Interesting to see what it does down here. You can see as it hits lost my chart there. As it's hitting VWAP, we see cumulative delta start to move up, and I think that's probably as expected. If you were looking to take a long on it, you know, you want bearish structure to break. For me, you could try to reprice and get it down here. What this LVN, this low volume node, that price was, you know, being supported by, may now act as resistance, and we may not be able to get through this LVN to the upside now. Let's see what happens with it. But you know, we're just being patient with this thing. You know, I referred to it earlier as kind of an adult video game, but you need to take it seriously because this stuff is real cash, baby. And it's kind of a mental video game of trying to read patterns, read structure. Bullish candle in the 1 minute, but we've got this low volume node. You know, I might be, if I didn't have the volume profile up here, I probably would be jumping in on long on this. But you've got that LVN coming in there. See what it wants to do. We've got the LVN, we've got the 20 SMA on the 5 minute. Look at all these lines on my daily. Don't look at the daily. All these lines are really for the smaller time frames. Even me, I'm like, this is too many lines. I'm not looking at all of them. I draw some and I just leave them up. I need to take them off. Trend lines are only valid for a certain amount of time. Now we're getting back up through that 20 SMA on the 5 minute. We might be able to read price a little bit and take maybe like one contract down here with the anticipation that we're going to be moving back to the upside. But I want to see how this 5 minute closes. The 1 minute as well. See if that closes bearish. It's looking bearish at the moment. Man, I wouldn't. 19K head and shoulders. And I don't trade head and shoulders, to be honest with you. I don't trade double bottoms. I don't trade double tops. I don't trade head and shoulders. Holy bearish candles, Batman. Look at the 1 minute. Look at the 5 minute. I just don't do it. And other people might see it, but I feel like some of those patterns just, I mean, I get it, right? I get it. Price tries to make a high. You know, we make a high, we fail, and we come back through support. That's just kind of technical analysis. But yeah, I mean, then I guess that's what head and shoulders is, right? We've got support going on here. If you don't know what head and shoulders is, you got a shoulder here, the head up here, smiley face on. Boom, boom, boom. There's the head. Here's his big brawny shoulders, and we break support. So, and then it would, you know, fall down. So that's what Craig is saying. But you know, I think you could absolutely trade that. Trade a break of support down to the next level of support. And if you saw that and that's a pattern that has worked for you in the past, I would say keep doing it. For me, I just don't look for it. Oh, I was gonna kill the music. Sorry, PD Legend. Don't leave, PD Legend. You've been with me too long. Sorry, man, I forgot. I'm gonna kill the music. I'm gonna have to jump off this thing in a few minutes anyway. My brain's getting fried. It looks like we're on a pullback. I want to buy it. So I might be looking for this thing. We can see Williams percent range. We're also oversold on that. I wouldn't take a trade solely based on Williams percent, but if we're trending, sometimes I'll look for a counter signal on the Williams percent to go long or short on it. Hit and VWAP again. We're starting to fan out here a little bit on the 1 minute. Talk about fanning out on the technicals. You got this one and this one. It's a pretty bearish sign. So I appreciate the 50 likes, guys. Even though I only made 383, basically made back what I lost yesterday. I'm feeling good about the 50 likes. And they got 70 guys. I shouldn't say guys. We got 70 folks in here. I know we've got Cesaric, my man. Cesaric has been with us since the beginning. Since I had like 3 people in the live stream when I very first started. 2 or 3 people. Cesaric has been here, so I appreciate his support. BVS is seeing a potential long. I'm cautious. I'm optimistic. I think we may get another long move on it. It's also got the bottom of the band here in the 5 minute value area low, breaking through VWAP. VWAP has been a significant support area. The break of that may open up now. Value area low down at 70. It's looking bearish for me in the short term right now, which means I'm probably going to jump off this thing. I appreciate all the likes, guys. I appreciate you guys joining us. I'll be back tomorrow on Friday. We got maybe a new addition to the channel, which we may be rolling out, which is a fantastic tool. I had a meeting with these guys that run this company, and they do this really cool level 2 stuff where we can look at market depth, and it may help us. I'm going to be messing with that today and seeing if we want to throw that tool in the toolbox for us. But we're going to keep the same simple structure of technical analysis, support and resistance levels, and then this might be another order flow tool that we can use to confirm those technical levels that we're drawing out. So I'm excited to see if it might be for futures, man. You can use it for futures, for equities, anything. It basically takes it shows time and sales data plus level 2 data, like in a thing. So we might throw that up maybe down here. I'm not sure. Some of these charts that we don't actually use proactively. Look at this 1 hour. When's this 1 hour closing? 12 minutes. Not looking good for my equities. So it might be another tool we can throw in the toolbox to help us identify those technical levels that we like to trade. And yeah, we'll check it out. I don't want to throw too much stuff up here, but you know, if it helps us, one other thing we can look at to have available, another resource for us to have available. It's not an indicator, it's actually order flow information. And I like order flow. I think orders coming through are good to be able to read. So I'm going to be tinkering with that. So make sure you come back tomorrow. I may not have it up tomorrow. I may not be up to speed with it tomorrow, but I might. But for sure next week possibly. So for sure next week possibly. I used to have a friend who used to always say definitely. That's a definite maybe. It's a definite maybe. I always thought that was funny. Like, okay, I don't know what that means. So it's a maybe. It's a definite maybe. It's kind of like a yes, but a no, but a maybe. It's like all of them wrapped into one. Anyways, guys, you guys take it easy. I'll be back. Cesar, good to know you're always here, man. I'll be back tomorrow, 8:10 a.m. Central Time, taking some trades. I may try to look for another long on this thing down at support somewhere, but I may not. It's looking bearish right now, so I'm gonna go take a break. I'll see you guys. Thanks, SW. See you guys. Stay. See you, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the likes. Thanks for all the support. Thank you to Kyle and to Nico for contributing to the stream, buying me a coffee. I'm actually probably going to go get that coffee here in just a few minutes. And yeah, I'll check you guys later. All right, see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.